Hallo meine Mitverzweifler und MitverzweiflerInnen zu einer neuen Folge von Genshin Impact. Das ist jetzt ein bisschen näher seit der letzten Episode natürlich wieder, weil wir haben jetzt wieder ein Update abgewartet. Und wir haben viel zu tun. Wir haben den Chioris Quest und noch Lynette's Hangout. Und wir fangen natürlich mit Chiori an. Diesmal auch mit den Konditionen eingefügt und nicht so wie die letzten 3 Male verpeilt. Und dann nachträglich den Community Tab eingefügt. So, entschuldigt. So, also Legendenschlüssel, jetzt zack. Freigeschaltet. Screenshot nehmen, damit ich damit das Thumbnail kann machen und dann den Auftrag annehmen. So. Okay, wenn die Scherenblätter kollidieren von Cisoria, erster Akt. So, Chiori ist halt ein neuer Charakter, der jetzt dabei gekommen ist eben. Ist aktuell auf dem Banner eben. Wie ihr merkt, habe ich noch ausnahmsweise mal nicht die Quest am Tag des Releases hochgeladen. Das liegt daran, dass ich jetzt das erste Mal seit langem mal wieder nach der Schule erst aufnehme und nicht vor der Schule. Hab halt dieses Mal am Mittwoch, anstatt direkt morgen früh aufzustehen, ist halt erst später gemacht. Und halt ausgeschlafen und dann, ja. Oh, sorry, Paimon. Ich bin jetzt mal gespannt, was es geht. Also es geht um Chiori, das ist klar, aber was genau?
Is this really okay?
Ja, weißt du schon, was das Thema ist?
I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from the original deposit. Don't tell me you're afraid that I cheaped out on the dress.
Okay.
No, not at all. I have only the fullest faith in your work, Miss Chiori. I'm just in shock, that's all. It's always been my dream to wear a Chiori boutique dress for my wedding. I really thought the chance had passed me by.
Letizia? Soll sie so ausgesprochen werden? Keine Ahnung.
Wait, isn't that Chiori? She's actually at her shop today?
Das liegt doch sicher an der Modewoche von Fontaine, oder? Ist das nicht sogar ein Event, was demnächst losgeht?
Oh, you've got a point there. Well, once she's done with her customer, we can go and ask her.
Yep.
I'm a woman of my word. If I say I can do something, then it'll be done. The first rule of business is to always keep your promises. Now, remember to not fold the gown, or store it under direct sunlight. I'd recommend only taking it out on the day of the wedding. But from the look on your face, I can tell that may be a little difficult for you.
Okay.
I'll try my best. Once he sees me in this, his jaw is gonna drop straight to the floor.
Ist es ein Hochzeitsding dann, Kleid oder wie?
Chiori, you're actually at your shop today.
Is that really so shocking? It is mine after all.
Wir haben dich ja dafür jetzt für 5 Versionen fast nicht gesehen.
Anything you're looking for today? A custom design or perhaps some ready-to-wear outfits for kids?
Ich glaube nicht.
Hey, Paimon's not a kid.
Was die Modewoche Fontaine angeht.
Oh, that. Well, if news of the event has reached your ears, I suppose the Fontaine Apparel Association's advertising efforts have paid off.
Are there any fun and popular activities that we can take part in?
Wahrscheinlich.
Ugh, Fashion Week isn't what I'd call fun, but it certainly always attracts a crowd. It's a fashion extravaganza that only takes place once a year, after all.
Okay. Scheint, das wäre wahrscheinlich dieses Event, das, was man wahrscheinlich jährlich dann immer abbekommt, um ein bisschen in Fontaine immer zurückzukommen. So wie es ein bisschen mit dem Windblumen-Event bei Mondstadt ist. Dann halt natürlich bei bei Lier, Gott, hat gerade fett gegangen. In der Zuma mit der Poesie vielleicht. So, was war das da? Und bei Sumero wahrscheinlich werden die 6 einzelnen Institutionen, ich sag mal Lehrbereiche gegeneinander treten.
Will you be showing off some of your designs too?
Of course. All designers at the Court of Fontaine use the week to advertise their brand. If you're lucky, you could even land a large amount of orders as soon as the main show ends.
Okay.
Come to think of it, it was also at a previous fashion week that our label first took off.
Okay.
Aren't you pretty much an established name now? People will still buy your clothes even if you don't participate this year, right?
Wahrscheinlich, aber wahrscheinlich noch größere Zahlen nehmen, natürlich, wenn sie teilnimmt.
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. While many people buy clothes for fit and style, the fashion industry also strongly values a label's artistic vision and creative direction.
Okay.
Why would anyone patronize a label that hasn't even bothered to put out any new designs for the year? In the end, fashion is just a representation of the spirit of the times.
Okay.
People support your brand because they support the vision it represents.
Okay.
Huh. Okay, so maybe fashion's more complicated than Paimon thought.
Das ist gut möglich. Ich kenne mich mit Fashion absolut nicht aus. Ich glaube, das reflektiert sich in meinem Style.
All that complicated stuff aside, you're saying we'll be able to see new Chiori designs at the show?
Yes.
Absolutely. The designs have already been finalized. I'm just waiting for the fabrics to arrive.
Ooh, are you using materials you can't get in Fontaine?
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics. The textures are pleasant to the touch, and their familiarity gives me a sense of security.
Okay.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's that feeling of home.
Kommt Chiori aus Inazuma? Also ich weiß, ich glaube 4.4 war's. Zu Beginn gab es ja ein Event, wo sie auch teilgenommen hat, aber ich habe ganz ehrlich, ich habe einfach den Text geskippt und gar nicht auf sie aufgepasst. Ich habe gesehen, da ist Chiori. Klick, 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 klick. Deswegen, man weiß wahrscheinlich ein bisschen mehr über Chiori, wenn man eigentlich sollte, wenn man hier anfängt. Also wenn man mindestens das Event gespielt hat. Und halt dann auch aufgepasst hat. Ja.
Something like that. Yes.
We're a long way from Inazuma, though. Aren't you concerned that your shipment might get lost or stolen along the way?
Die Gefahr besteht, glaube ich, aber ich glaube, es ist nicht so häufig, oder?
No need to worry. I've already taken steps to ensure that it'll arrive safely. I've entrusted the job to Komani Express's most reliable courier.
Okay. Warte.
Excuse me.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, Chiara.
Coming through. Chiori, your shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm really sorry.
Deep breaths, Kirara, then start again.
Oh, so Kirara's the courier you were talking about.
Ich war auch so, es wird wahrscheinlich jemand kommen, den wir kennen. Und da, wo ich gerade Klick gemacht ist, ist sie auch schon da reingelaufen gekommen.
Oh, hey, Traveler in Paimon. Fancy seeing you here in Fontaine. It's been a while.
Ja, ich glaube, dich hat man in 3.8 gesehen. Glaube ich. Ich glaube, kurz vor Fontaine. Ich glaube, man hat dich irgendwie fast gleichzeitig mit Charlotte auch gesehen. Irgendwas so. Ich weiß es auch nicht mehr. Aber lange nicht mehr gesehen.
Wait a second. This is the second time that you've seen me flub a delivery job now, isn't it? Oh, you somehow always happen to catch me off my game, huh?
Das geht schon. Wahrscheinlich fängt dein Hangout irgendwann auch so an, aber das ist eine andere Sache.
So, what was the holdup? Sailing delays, bad weather?
Beides.
Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble, that's all.
Und welche Schwierigkeiten?
Bandits, then? Or treasure hoarders? A few run-ins on the road aren't usually enough to give you any trouble.
Ich glaube auch nicht.
Well, I didn't run into anyone exactly. I just got a little lost.
Sicher, weil deine Katzenschwänze sagen aus, du bist gerade ein bisschen nervös.
Keeping you honest as always, I see.
Okay, jetzt bin ich gespannt.
All right. I was stopped by a group of bandits as soon as I entered Fontaine.
Okay.
They were a little different from the ones I usually run into. I could hear them mumbling about Komani Express. It was obvious they were looking for someone with two tails.
Also war es spezifisch auf dich abgesehen, oder wie?
So it was a targeted hit?
Ja, voilà, genau das.
I got the sense that they were actually targeting Chiori's goods.
Okay, also indirekt wurde Chiara fokussiert, aber auch nur wegen den Waren dann.
My fabric shipment?
Ja, vielleicht ein Kontrahent, der dich aus dem Business will schmeißen oder ein bisschen blockieren, beziehungsweise fällt das Wort gerade nicht ein. Nicht verkürzen, auch nicht verlangsamen, voilà. Oh Gott.
Yeah, they said that I could go as long as I left the goods with them. Otherwise, they'd stuff me into my delivery box and toss me into the sea to drown.
Ah, sympathisch.
Oh, are you okay, Kirara?
Ich glaube schon, sie hat ja eine Dendro-Vision, also sie konnte definitiv wahrscheinlich standhalten.
Oh, I'm good. I'm still a yokai after all. I turned them over to the guards. It just took me a while to round them all up.
Okay.
Well, it's not completely out of the ordinary for one of your deliveries to get intercepted. But it still doesn't make sense how you knew it was my goods they were after. You've got other deliveries to make in Fontaine, don't you?
Normalerweise schon.
Is there something else that you're keeping from me?
Well...
Ja, das würden die Katzenschwänze nicht jetzt so, wie er sich ausdrücken. Ah, mein Gott.
Perhaps I need to reconsider how many stars to give you in my review.
You always know how to get me, Chiori. Alright, I'll talk. So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order a hit on me, so I spent a bit of time investigating.
Okay.
One of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some time. He said that a certain person had commissioned them to intercept Chiori Boutique's delivery.
Okay, also...
And who might this person be?
Das ist wahrscheinlich das Rätsel, um das wir uns kümmern werden hier.
Chiori, why don't we just let this one go? I mean, I didn't really get injured and you've still got Fashion Week to worry about.
Ich glaube, Kirara weiß es sogar schon.
I appreciate your kindness, Kirara, but if I don't teach this person a lesson, I doubt they'll stop here. Anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends deserves a stern talking to and then some.
All right. The guy said that the commissioner was someone by the name of Uter.
Okay, noch nie gehört.
Uter. No, that name rings a bell. Wouldn't you say, Kirara?
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring it up to you.
Wer ist das?
So you both know this Uter guy?
Through Chiori's complaints about him, sure. He's a fellow fashion designer who's made it his goal in life to make hers as miserable as possible.
Okay, also ein Kontrahent oder einfach Hater, I don't know.
So he's like a business rival.
Oder Business-Rivale.
A rival is what you call someone who fights you fair and square.
Okay.
Uter, however, just has it out for me as a designer. He's publicly disparaged my design choices, my use of materials. He's practically tried every trick in the book to ruin my good name.
Okay.
I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square, but I guess he prefers playing dirty. Well, I'm more than happy to oblige.
Okay.
Wait, Chiori, where are you going?
Wahrscheinlich direkt zu Uta.
To teach someone a lesson. You must be tired after your long journey. Why don't you rest in my shop for a little while before heading back?
Ich habe das Gefühl, dass Chiori ein bisschen direkt ist.
Chiori! Wait!
And she's gone.
Yep. Palmen wir uns aus. Und sie ist weg.
Oh no. What should we do?
Ihr nachgehen, I guess? Oder Uta finden, bevor sie ihn findet?
You seem concerned. Should we be worried about Chiori?
Nee, ich glaube, wir sollten uns im Uta eher sorgen.
Well, she's always been the type of person to face things head on. But with her fiery temper, I'm just worried whatever she's about to do will feel negative publicity about her right before the start of Fashion Week.
Wissen wir nicht.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go after her and check out the situation for me? As a formal employee of Komania Express, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to get involved.
Klar doch, kein Problem.
Yeah, we'll take good care of Chiori.
To be honest, I'm more worried about that Uter guy's safety.
Denke ich mir auch. Wenn sie über die heutige Nacht sprechen. Okay, der erste Akt eben. Okay, dann los geht's. Gehen wir mal, I guess, Uter retten, weil ich glaube, das geht so schief aus. So, aus da hinten soll die anscheinend sein. Beziehungsweise die beiden wahrscheinlich. Okay, da steht sie. Und, oh, Dings, Chevreuse. Okay, die habe ich jetzt nicht erwartet. Steht sie als Frau schon da, weil sie gemacht...
You're on the clock, officer. Nothing good ever comes out of you addressing me like that.
Okay, Chiori ist bekannt.
Oh?
Okay, ja, macht Sinn.
And I see the Traveler and Paimon are here too.
Servus.
Chevreuse, we meet again.
Ist auf Patrouille?
Well, things have been fine on my end. We were able to bring in a large number of recruits thanks to that film we made. I suppose the trade-off is that I'm now constantly getting stopped for autographs while out on patrol. Not ideal, if you ask me.
Nicht unbedingt, ne.
Well, you were one of the leading roles after all.
Yep.
So, did something happen?
Also,
Indeed
jo.
it did. I'll need you to come with me. I only ever hear that phrase from you. Usually I'm the one asking people to do that. Well, are you coming? Not before I know what you're planning.
Vieles.
Have I ever made a bad call? The better question is, have you ever made one that didn't violate proper procedure?
Oh Gott.
Okay. A man hired a group of bandits to mug my friend. I'm about to go teach him a lesson. Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the special patrol? It's getting hard to tell whether you're here to report a case or turn yourself in for one.
Beides?
Neither. I'm requesting personal supervision from said captain, so I don't do anything too out of line.
Das heißt, sie will ihren Plan umsetzen, aber mit der Begleitung von Chiori, damit sie nicht zu viel macht, beziehungsweise über die Grenzen geht. I mean, wenigstens das.
Are you planning to?
Ich glaub schon.
Not if I can help it. Alright. Where is this person?
Hey, seid Mutter mal, das hab ich noch nie bemerkt.
Follow me.
Der Chiori ist richtig angepisst, aber so richtig.
Just promise you'll start trying to keep yourself out of trouble.
Ich glaube, Chiori probiert das.
When trouble stops coming my way, I'll be sure to get on that.
Ja, voilà. Ich glaube, mit Chiori, glaube ich, sollte man wirklich keinen Stress suchen, weil ich glaube, sie macht dir wirklich die Leben zur Hölle.
This should be the place. You all wait here. I'll go have a chat with him.
Oh Gott.
You know, Chevraz, Paimon gets the sense that you two are actually pretty close.
Ein bisschen, glaube ich.
It's just as Chiori said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work. You could call it a you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours sort of situation.
Does Chiori often need your help?
I'd say it's mutual. The Special Patrol needs her help quite often as well. We've got tough problems of our own. Getting people to talk, for example.
Und Chiori kriegt das hin? Oh Gott.
The uniform, the musket, they're intimidating. Most people clam up the minute they see us. Lips sealed so tight, getting them to talk almost feels like trying to break into the fortress of Meripede.
Und ich glaube, Chiori ist dann da helfen, weil sie sehr überzeugend ist.
But put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing faster than the waters at the Fountain of Lucine.
Okay, das heißt, sie verraten sich einfach selbst, oder?
Oh, is it because they're trying to show off or something?
Wahrscheinlich.
Yep. People are vain creatures. They can't help but want to talk up new developments in their lives or show off how much they know about other people. And nothing brings out that sort of vanity quite like fashion.
Okay.
As a result, Chiori often picks up on all kinds of information in her shop. Most of her customers are members of the upper class, which means they're pretty much up to the gills in wealth and intel.
Okay.
You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Huh, Paimon gets it now?
Yep.
Exactly. I'm also here to ensure Chiori's safety. Those who make trouble for her also tend to be rich and powerful.
Yep, das haben wir ein bisschen mitbekommen.
And in some very rare cases, I'm forced to protect other people from Chiori herself.
Oh Gott.
So, who got on her case this time? It's been a while since I last saw her that angry.
Okay.
Oh, so this is what happened.
Okay, Zeit vergeht. Manche sagen, der Typ hat das nicht überlebt.
Uter, you say?
Ah, wir haben sie erklärt.
You've heard of him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiori several times already. He's fond of pretty much every dirty trick in the book. I heard that even the Maison Gardiennage issued him a warning due to his behavior.
Okay, das heißt im besten Fall im Laufe der Quest könnte es ja dazu kommen, dass er vielleicht sein ganzes Geschäft verliert.
So he's back
Eventuell.
at it, huh? His funeral, I guess.
Whoa, what's this about a funeral all of a sudden?
Keine
I just
Ahnung.
meant that Uter's done for. Now bring it in, you two. Get right up close.
Okay.
Sure, but why?
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very rare cases I just talked about.
Das heißt, du musst eingreifen, oder wie? Jesus! Ich hoffe, das war gerade aus der Vordertür, nicht von einem anderen Stockwerk. Holy! Oh mein Gott.
What are you doing? Stay away from me!
Ich dachte kurz, sie würden jetzt mit dem Schuh eine geben, ey. So eine
Has
Batsch.
anyone ever taught you the definition of stupidity?
Huh?
Stupidity is doing the same meaningless thing over and over again. It appears you've forgotten what I told you before. So, allow me to refresh your memory. Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again, You can expect a far less pleasant landing next time.
Oh, Jesus.
Chiori?
Officer, an assault's in progress. Please, officer, you've got to do something.
Of course. I'll do my utmost to investigate the situation. Unfortunately, I was chatting with this traveler and seemed to have missed what happened.
Nice.
Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be able to collect some useful evidence. You don't mind, do you? There's nothing in there that would implicate you in any illegal activity, I would hope.
Forget it. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Verdächtig.
Ms. Chiori, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging in such disorderly conduct in the future, especially out in the open like this.
Apologies, officer. I guess you could say I'm just used to tossing out any trash I come across on the street.
Oh, Jesus.
You...
Is there anything else either of you have to say for yourselves?
Ich glaube fürs Erste nicht.
That's all from me. I sincerely hope that today's events will never happen again.
We'll see about that.
Also, an der einer Stelle, Uta, ich glaube, ich werde mich zurückhalten, weil ich glaube, das nächste Mal fliegst du wirklich ein paar Stockwerke runter.
Whoa, that scared the heck out of Paimon. How did he just go flying out like that?
Was für ein wunderschöner Bogen.
You're too kind.
Now's not the time to be accepting compliments. What happened to not doing anything too out of line?
Lass mich raten, jetzt kommt der Satz von, ich hab mich noch zurückgehalten.
Oh, not if I could help it, is what I said. And I think I kept to that.
Voilà.
I started with a verbal warning, but he displayed neither shame nor remorse. If anything, he kept running his mouth with insults and threats.
Und dann ist er selbst geflogen.
Insults and threats so bad that he deserved to be tossed out like a sack of trash?
Anscheinend.
Believe it or not, they were that bad. He deserved to get knocked down a peg. It's the only way to get him to stop.
You could have reported him to the guards.
Oh, I will. But it'll take some time for them to gather evidence. And he denied that he ever had anything to do with those bandits. I don't want anything else to happen during Fontaine Fashion Week. On top of that, if Kirara is going to continue delivering goods for me, the least I can do is guarantee her safety.
Ja, hoffen wir auch, dass das jetzt klappt.
Oh, that reminds me. There is another favor I'd like to ask of you today.
What a shame. I believe you've already used up your favor quota for the day.
Have I? Well, it's a good thing I was planning on taking in advance on tomorrow's quota then.
Okay.
Don't you think you're maxed out on advances already?
I always pay you back in information, don't I? It's just like you said. You scratch my back, and I scratch yours.
Okay. Kehre zu Chiori Boutique zurück. Okay, ist eigentlich direkt hier. Ich muss mich mal nicht so viel amüsieren jetzt da hinten kommen. So, zack. Wonder ist so praktisch. So, zack. Ich bin mal gespannt, wie ich die Folge überhaupt hier nennen werde. Irgendwie stylisches Müll werfen? Nein, keine Ahnung.
You were gone for an awfully long time. Oh, please tell me nothing bad happened.
Also uns nicht. Uta hingegen hat vielleicht den Boden ein bisschen besser kennengelernt. Könnte man sagen.
There's nothing to worry about. All you need to know is that you'll never have to worry about someone in Fontaine messing with your deliveries again.
Normalerweise schon, ja.
Sorry, Chiori. I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble.
Alles gut.
What are you talking about? You didn't do anything wrong. Those greedy bandits are to blame, along with a certain someone who doesn't know when to lay off the petty tricks.
Yep.
The next time you need to leave the city, call the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. They'll escort you half of the way, and the Spina di Rosula can take the second half.
Wohl wahr.
With that sort of escort, the next time you make a delivery, those treasure hoarders won't go anywhere near your goods. Unless, of course, it's to offer to carry them for you.
Ja, und sobald wenn es bei Spina de Rosula irgendwie Nahwehr bekommst, dann probieren sie wieso gar nicht erst, sonst bekommen sie richtig eine Trachtprügel.
Good one, Chiori.
I'm being serious. You know me. If I bring something up, you can assume it's already a done deal. You're going back to Inazuma tomorrow, right?
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going to take a small detour during their daily training tomorrow. As for Navia, I'll give her a heads up in a bit.
Ja, voilà.
There's really no need. I'm just a simple courier. I don't need to be surrounded by a bunch of armed guards. Or ones with sunglasses, for that matter. Don't you think this is a bit much?
Well, you certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip you make to Fontaine. It's just a one-off thing. For my own peace of mind. It'll also show those guys what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends.
Wenn sie schon mit der Sonderpatrouille gesprochen hat, dann stelle ich es so vor, als ob eine Hand die andere wäscht.
Yes, well put.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, Traveler, then I guess it's fine.
Ja, es geht jetzt in Sonderzustand. Ich glaube, so oft wird das jetzt nicht mehr passieren. Zumal nach der Quest wahrscheinlich.
Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything should be good to go for Fontaine Fashion Week, right?
Ich glaube schon.
I believe so. I'll try to churn out a few more outfits over the next few days. I've heard a lot of suppliers will be participating this year.
Okay.
Someone's gonna take a guess and say suppliers are super important.
Yes.
But of course, they supply us designers with funding, equipment, factory access. You have to work with them if you want to become a truly renowned fashion house.
Okay.
That's also why this year's Fashion Week is so important to me.
But isn't your brand already really famous, Chiori? Your clothes are so pretty and so nice to wear. I can't help but brag about them to my customers whenever I get the chance.
Even so, I would imagine there are still people who've never heard of the Chiori brand, yes?
Auch wahr, wenn man bedenkt, mit wie vielen NPCs man über die Reise gesprochen hat, da ist der Name von dieser Marke nicht, glaube ich, oft gefallen.
Well, I mean, with the amount of places that I deliver to, it's only natural that some people from other nations haven't heard of it.
Ja, aber das wird wahrscheinlich Chiori ein bisschen ändern.
Then it's still not famous enough. My goal is to make the Chiori brand renowned throughout all of Teyvat.
Also weltweit, basically, okay.
All of it? Your business would have to get pretty huge then.
Und wahrscheinlich mehrere Gebäude haben, so Stationen, also auch nicht Restaurants, also ja, mehrfach über den Kontinent Teyvat verteilt.
Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chiori branch on the continent to get my clothes fixed?
Genau.
Has been pretty inconvenient having to come to Fontaine every time I need to get them patched up.
Voilà.
Alternatively, of course, you could just be a bit more careful with them. They're already about as durable as I can make them.
Okay, I'll admit, they do get snagged on branches pretty often, but I can't help it. It's hard to be careful about that sort of thing when you're trying to take a nice nap in a tree.
Well, if that's your dream, Chiori, then we should do our best to make it a reality. Is there anything we can do to help out with Fashion Week?
Wahrscheinlich.
I'm sure I could think of something.
Oh, what is it? What is it?
Why don't you come to my shop tomorrow and model for me? Simply put, you'll serve as my living mannequins.
Okay.
Oh, so we get to try on some of your clothes? Got it!
Seeing them off the rack will also give me the chance to make some small adjustments to the stitching and the silhouette of the designs.
Sounds easy enough.
Brauchst du uns auch für den Laufsteg?
No need. We've already booked the models for that.
Okay.
If you like them, though, feel free to visit the boutique and see if anything catches your eye. I'll even give you a special discount.
Danke.
Ooh, sounds great! Paimon was just starting to get curious about all this design stuff.
Was cool wäre, wenn man entweder diese Quest abschließt, wäre so ein Skin für den Traveler zu bekommen, also in unserem Fall eben halt Lumin. Oder wenn jetzt dieses Event kommt, diese Modewoche, dass man da auch ein Outfit bekommt für den Traveler. Das wäre irgendwie sehr cool, halt so angefertigt von Chiori.
Then we have a deal. You'll model some formal wear, Traveler, and I don't know. Paimon here will show off some kids' designs. I'll see you both tomorrow then.
Okay.
Yep, sounds good. Wait, kids' clothes? Paimon told you already she's not a little kid.
Ja, aber du passt halt wahrscheinlich nur in Kinderkleidung. Okay, wenn die Scherenblätter kollidieren. Flecken auf der Kleidung geht dann in der nächsten Folge weiter. Ich danke euch fürs Zuschauen. Haben jetzt schon etwas Kleines gemacht hier von der Quest. Bin mal sehr gespannt, wie es dann in der nächsten Folge weitergeht. Was Uta noch so blüht, weil ich glaube kaum, dass das jetzt so schnell vorüber ist. Entweder kommt er nochmal zurück oder vielleicht jemand, der Uta die ganze Zeit dazu auch drückt, Chiori kaputt zu machen, beziehungsweise in den Ruin zu treiben, entpuppt sich, I don't know, irgendwas so. Also ich glaube kaum, dass Uta fürs Erste ruhig ist. Aber ja, das sehen wir dann nächstes Mal. Ich danke euch fürs Zuschauen. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Bis dann beim nächsten Mal. Tschüss.